Hi, Mark Robertson back with you here, talking about my book, Carrying Lawn Chairs, Youth Sports, and Other Parental Mindsets. We're getting near the end. This is our last chapter before we close, the final chapter. And the book is divided into two parts. The first part, we talked about parents and youth sports specifically and all the problems I have with it. And the second part, we talk about the youth-parent dynamic on many other subjects. And we covered a bunch. And we're getting near the end. We're at the final chapter before we close, the final chapter. And today's topic is a very broad one: love. Love between parents and child. The child so wants to be loved by their parents. That's their number one goal in life. That's all they know. They want to be loved by their parents. They'll do whatever it takes. If a parent wants a child to play organized sports at age 4 or 5, the child will do that. They won't enjoy it, but because they want their parents' love, they'll do it. But they'll be a bit confused because why would their parents want them to do something that they don't enjoy? But nonetheless, they'll do it because parental love is the number one priority in their life. And who knows, again, what parents are up to, putting their kids into youth sports at such a young age. And it's not about loving the child. It's about so much more. And besides, I'm not an expert. I'm not a psychology expert, but it's crazy. It makes no sense for parents to put kids into youth sports at a young age. We've talked about it so much and covered it so much, but it really has nothing to do with love. And again, these kids are confused in these organized youth sports, T-ball, age 5, 6, 4, or whatever. Why are they playing it? And you sometimes hear that kids are called spoiled brats. Well, what's that all about? Well, to me, that has something to do with the love angle as well. Parents might give their child all kinds of material things, and that is done so they don't actually express love to them and tell them that they love them. It's so hard for some parents to do that, and it's so foreign to some parents that they just want to provide them with material things so the kids will like them, and they don't really have to face the idea of exposing themselves and loving and being vulnerable and things like this. It's just not, it's tough for some parents. And so that's maybe why kids are called spoiled brats. They get everything they want. They get to do everything they want. And that's crazy, of course. I mean, you don't have to be a parental expert to know that. It's crazy to give them everything they want. Kids need, and the secret is they want guidance. They want guidance in a number of things. They need to be taught right and wrong. Well, what do we base right and wrong on? I mean, we talked about schools. You really can't base it on anything because you can't base it on the Bible for sure. They get God out of schools. But parents need to teach their kids right and wrong, and the biblical or Christian way is a good way to do it. No one's perfect. We all fall short, but it's good to teach kids morality based on that. And of course, teach them health habits and other duties in life that are just part of life. And it's all learned in the home. The parents are the first and the best teachers. And the kids, this is a form of love. When you teach kids, you prepare them for the world. And like I said, some of this may sound paradoxical. I'm saying, well, let kids be themselves, let them go out and play, let them have all kinds of fun, but then you have to teach them about the world and how to get along in that. Well, yes, you got to kind of do both. To love young kids, you got to let them be kids, let them play. The work of a child is play. And you don't have to be insecure that you got to get them started in school at a very young age so they'll get into Harvard or all this other stuff. It's crazy. There's a lot of craziness out there. Just let the kids be kids. Yes, there's boundaries. You can't let them do dangerous things. But kids don't play outside much anymore. They don't have much free time. They're always with their phones or some other electronic device. Can't be good. They need to go outside and play in nature and breathe the fresh air and climb the trees and have fun like that. And that's part of love as well. Let your kids grow as a child. And obviously we can't put the genie back in the bottle. We're going to have electronics with us. And they're going to be with us, but they should be obviously limited. And kids need to have a limit on that. They need to go outside and play and have fun in the outdoors. And so this is all part of love. And now I'm not saying also that you can't have some kind of false type of goody type things. Everything's always wonderful, pie in the sky, wonderful. Oh, we love you, all this and craziness. It has to be real. Kids want their parents to be real with them and sincere. And they know that their parents aren't perfect. Life is challenging. And the parents will fall short. They'll make mistakes. And young kids, they'll know this. They can deal with that. Parents aren't always right. Parenting is crazy. All parents make mistakes. But that they should try to express love to their child. That's what the child wants more than anything. and they want to know that their parents love them and they support them and are for them. And they don't need to have manipulative games played to try to get them to do things that the parents want them to do this or do that. Just be straight with them. Talk to them straight and deal with them straight. Yes, there's discipline. Yes, there's all this other stuff. But what they really want is communication and love from their parents. And they want to be around their parents. And I know they'll eventually outgrow that. But very young kids, they look for love from their parents as their number one. And they're basically their only goal in life. That's all they know. They like to play, but they also want their parents. And they so fear losing them and in divorce or something like that. And can you push children? Well, yes, older children, push them in the direction of their design. We got this thing in schools and everything else that everybody has to conform and do this and do that. Well, every child is different and unique and has an inner genius, and you're loving the child by bringing out that inner genius and how to bring out the inner genius and notice their talents and nurture them and nourish them and encourage them and try to bring out their best. And again, you're not perfect, but every child has something to offer, and please don't compare them to others. Comparison is just awful. It's an anti-love of child comparing to other. Bring out their best. Teach them not to compare themselves. Yes, they like to compete. They like to play sports when they're young, pickup games. They like to go outside and have fun in the backyard. They don't want to do organized sports at a young age is not even competition. It's just a drudgery for the kids, in my opinion. They don't enjoy it. It's all about the parents wanting their kids involved in this stuff at an early age and getting them going, thinking they need an early start in life. That's not loving your child. Let them play in the yard. Go out and play with them yourself. It's do things like that. They would love to have their play catch with their dad or have their parents watch them kick the ball around the backyard. It's a good deal. Kids love that. And like I say, each child is designed differently, and bringing out the child's genius is a great way to show love to the child. Every child is unique, and like I say, we want to get away from conformity and love the child. The child wants to be loved by their parents. That's their number one goal in life. Hug them, love them, tell them great. Yes, they need discipline. They have to take out the trash, do the dishes, and things like that. But love your child, and there's nothing better you can do. So we will talk to you next time, and we'll close up the book then on our final chapter, kind of give a closing summation and go from there. And like I say, if you're interested in the book, you can get it at all the typical sites, Carrying Lawn Chairs, electronically or the hardback cover, just under $10. Electronically, about $2.99. So we hope you all have a good day, and we'll talk to you next time.